Yo, what's going on? We're here with, well, first I would say hi to you, man. Thank you for coming through. We're going to make this a part of our homecoming series where we talk to people that have gone on to do some crazy, dope stuff in the world, the United States. And so this is Patrick Ryan, bro. Welcome. Welcome to Carrie Studios. My name's Malik Adigan. And, dude, man, welcome. You so to start off with, you live in Fort Myers. You kind of go back and forth, right? What's your living situation?
Yes, I'm from here. Lived all over. I'm from Fort Myers, Florida. Lived in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Lehigh. Been all around Lee County. But for the past 3 years, I have currently I've resided in Miami, Florida. I've been literally back and forth from Miami to Fort Myers, literally every single week. About 3 days out the week, I'm in Fort Myers. 3 days out the week, I'm in Miami chasing these goals. So I'm definitely back and forth a lot. So I try to manage my time the best I can.
Welcome back to Fort Myers right now. We're at the Carrie Studios in downtown Fort Myers. And Patrick Ryan, you are a football player, obviously a father. You're a model, an actor. What else do you do, man? Like,
I try to be a jack of all trades. Yeah. I try to do as much as I can. But I do all of that. I'm very, very humble. Things have been going very well for me lately.
I've been following everything you've been doing. It's been dope to see. It's been dope to see the growth. And we, off camera, we talked a little bit about some of the mentality changes and whatnot. And I'm sure we'll get into that. But to start off with, man, talk about a little bit your start in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, right? Because I know the first time I met you was, I want to say, it was football in Pop Warner.
Probably so.
I want to say, were you Cape Junior?
Cape Blue, yeah.
Cape Blue,
Cape Blue,
okay.
baby.
I never, what's funny is I never played, but I was always chilling with everybody, like Robert
That's
De
funny.
Barros,
Yeah,
everybody.
I always seen you around. That's funny.
It's kind of the story of my life right now. I don't really make music, but I just, I'm around the industry, and I've always been, everyone's just like encourager, like, yo.
You've just always been that guy.
Yeah, for sure. So I first met you in doing football, and so what's your kind of like start here? Are you from here originally?
Yeah, from here originally, man. I've been here my whole life. I've had a pretty good upbringing here. I have met some awesome. It's funny because the same friends that I met when I was 5-6 years old in Pop Warner football to this day are still my best friends.
Really?
Still the guys I hang out with.
That's rare though.
It is. It's very pure. People say what they want to about Fort Myers and Lee County and being a rough city, but I've grown rich in the relationships that I've been very blessed to have in football and in sports and in school, especially growing up out here. It's been very very, very awesome. I want to give my son that same thing.
You so you went, what middle school did you go? You went to?
I went to Calusa
and in high school.
Went to Cape High.
Cape High, okay. And you
Seahawks.
Seahawks? Hey, nah, Mariner, bro. That's
no way.
So you what was it like? What got you into football first off?
Man, I've been playing football since I could walk. Man, being from here, especially South Florida, sports, football is not only an outlet; it's like a way of life. That's the cool thing to do. If you're a football player, you cool at school. You get to wear your jersey, and I've always been good at athletics. I've always been fast. I've always been very, very lucky to have ability, man. I played football, basketball, baseball, ran track since I was 4 years old to my senior year of high school. Was constantly busy growing up.
For sure. So other than football, what were some of the other things you were like passionate about? Was it just like one track minded, like athletics throughout high school, middle school?
Yeah, I really was, man. I really was I was kind of scary dedicated to sports.
Yeah.
Like at a young age, I remember in elementary school, we had a race at Pelican Elementary. It was a mile run. And I literally in 3rd and 4th grade would come home and train and run this mile every single day. Do 100 jump rope, 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups every day as a little kid with nobody telling me to do it. And to think about that now, it's like, wow, that's kind of crazy. But it's I've been lucky to do that. I've been very blessed to have that ability with a work ethic, because I see it now passed down to my son and the way he carries himself, and it's been awesome. So sports, man. Sports has been the biggest blessing.
Yeah, were your parents into sports, or was your dad into sports at all?
Like, somewhat. They didn't really play sports like that. I mean, they were a little older.
Yeah.
So it was kind of just me and my friends.
Right.
Like, I had my best friends, Noel Devine.
Devine.
Come on, Tate. My boy Tate, Terrence Lewis. We had Robbie. We had so many guys that we constantly competed, and we constantly were always playing sports. We had a great, especially at Cape Blue, man.
Yeah.
It's funny. I just coached. Sorry to get off topic, but I
just
coached My first year of coaching, my son's first year of contact football, and the people who I was under, who ran the organizations are the same coaches, the same men who coached me when I was 6 years old, growing up in Cape Blue, and they're now the president of the the North Miles Cowboys and the organization, and it was an amazing tradition to be able to be raised by these great men and coaches at Cape Junior growing up. And now to this day, they're still in our lives. I still have contact with them. Yeah. Now they see our kids, playing and scoring touchdowns, and us coaching them. And it's very, like I said, people say what they want to about Lee County, about being a rough city, and not having all the money Miami and New York does. But man, the culture and the great men and people and the leaders we have here, man, I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world.
For sure, man. I think one of the things I want to touch on with you talked a little bit about your son, but you are like a very avid and very public about you and your son's relationship, and I think it's inspiring. If I had a son, you would inspire me to be a good dad. But you have a really dope relationship with your son. Like, tell me about that.
Man, I am. People say, "Oh man, you're such a great father." I am the most luckiest father in the world. My son is so cool, man, and not just saying that because he's my son. Of course, like we all know, y'all know he's great at sports. He's great at football, basketball, baseball, runs track. He's very athletic. But man, he is such a good kid. Like has such a good heart, such a nice kid. He treats his friends so good. He compliments people. He's encouraging. He's a very good leader. He gets straight A's in school. He gets good behavior reports. He's very receptive. He learns well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids, it's hard to get them to focus. It's hard to get them to really be on point and not be playing around all the time. And the laser focus he has at such a young age, at 6 years old, and the goals and dreams he has already, he speaks it to existence. He tells me, "Dad, I want to go to University of Oregon. I want to play quarter. I want to do this. I want to do that." Like,
so did he get that from you? Like, where did he get that mentality from? Like, how did that get passed down to him?
And I will say this, since he was a baby, I will say this. I've been on him, man. I've been active in his life. I've been around. I've trained him. Since he could walk, especially with sports. Since he could walk, he's been throwing the football. Doing ladders, doing drills. So I've definitely influenced the culture on him with sports. But I always thought this because I've seen it growing up in sports. I've seen fathers and coaches sometimes be too hard on their kids, and sometimes try to overtrain them and try to make them into this thing, and it makes the kids sometimes fall out of love with it and kind of overwork them. And I never wanted to be that dad. I didn't want to be that guy who's just doing too much to his kid. So I always thought if I instill football, instill work ethic and the grind into him since a baby, into a really young age, by the time he's 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old, it becomes such a way of life, such muscle memory. He's so used to training. He's so used to waking up and eating and doing the right thing. So
that's what I do, eating, cooking eggs with him, like that.
It's like now I don't have to push it on him. Now he's old enough to understand it. He's 6, he's in first grade. He wants to play. He wants to train every day. Dad, can we go work out? Can we go to football field? Can we go do this? So it's not like I have to drag him or like, come on, son, we got to train. He always wants to go. He's like, come on, Dad, let's go train. Let's go do this. So
it sounds like it sounds like how you kind of
really is the mini me. He's really the little version of how I was as a kid, but better. Oh man, he's gonna be better. But I'm just so proud of not only his athletic accomplishments. He was probably one of the top 6-year-olds in the country last year. His first year of contact. He's really just such a sweet, good-hearted kid, man. He treats people good, and he brings out the best in me. He has definitely made me a better man.
So you have a great relationship with your son. So what is that like balancing? Because you, like we said earlier, you kind of go back and forth. You living in Miami. You're doing that stuff for now.
That is the hardest thing.
That's the hardest thing.
Time management. I touched on this. I had an interview earlier in the week in Atlanta. Time management, I think, is the toughest thing as a father, as a young father, because I'm trying to be there for him every step of the way. Be all of his sporting events, all of everything he does. Pick him up from school. But meanwhile, Daddy's trying to chase these dreams as well. So I'm trying to get to where I'm trying to get to. So it's hard time management wise trying to be an adult and trying to chase these dreams that I'm after, and also be there for my son 24/7 and being able to raise him the way I want to raise him and be able to be involved as much as I am. So that is definitely a challenge. So luckily, let me say, I don't talk much about his mom. People don't know much about Patrick's mother, and let's take this time to talk about it.
For sure.
Me and Patrick's mom, she was we were together my senior year of high school, and your average high school relationship. I ended up getting a scholarship to West Virginia State and going off to college in West Virginia, and she had another year in high school. So she stayed home, and we ended up breaking up. Average relationship. And I came home, for the summer back to Fort Myers, and we ended up getting together and messing around and getting pregnant.
Sure.
And since then, since Patrick was born, me and her, we haven't been together, but we have remained such good friends.
Yeah.
It's one of my best friends. We have co-parented. We have a 50-50 custody with my son, but she understands the greatness I'm trying to raise out of him with sports and athletics and everything, and how she understands how tight we are. So she understands, why we have to be together, 80% of the time. Sometimes I coach all the events, all of his sports and stuff. So he's always with me. And so she doesn't get in the way of that. And I can't, explain how awesome and appreciative I am for that, because she's at everything though. She's very active. She's at all of his games, all of his events. She's always there. She's always around. So
that's dope.
Definitely big shout out to Jazz. I love you. I appreciate it.
It's maturity, right? You used to talk off camera a little bit. It seems like it's maturity that makes that able to work.
Yeah, and I would like to push that on everybody out there, especially coming from where we come from. There's a lot of people with kids out there who aren't married, aren't together, and especially now in today's society, that's very common. But I urge, you got to try to get along as co-parents. You may not be together, your relationship may not have worked out, but man, it's so important to try to get along for the kids' sake and to teamwork, because life is hard as it is. Sometimes the harsh reality of life is, there's so many hours in a day. We're working 9 to 5. So some people are working 9 to 5 jobs trying to grind, and you gotta pick your kids up at 2:00 from school and do this and do that. So it takes a village. It's hard to do everything by yourself. So I definitely try to push it. If you have a rough relationship or have bad blood between your baby's father or baby's mother, please try your hardest. And try to mature, because it comes with maturity. We weren't always the best of friends. It took some time for us to get there. But I can't tell you how much greater it is now than than it was before. Yeah. So I definitely try to push, try to do as best as you can to try to find that common ground.
It's dope. And it seems like, okay, so you going back and forth, whatever. You talked a little bit about Southwest Florida, the mentality that we might have that's different. Than, what do you? All right, so you being in Miami, you being everywhere, right? Different places. You're just in Atlanta a couple days ago, right? Like, what do you see? One is the difference between like Southwest Florida, the mentality, not only the mentality but the culture, and then the rest of the United States. What do you feel like is distinctive about Southwest Florida?
I will say this. Growing up, I will say this, especially being from Lee County, the cool thing to be was tough. That thug, that hood stuff, that was the cool thing to be. That's what the girls like. That's what we want to be, that tough guy. What was our motto in Fort Myers? I ain't friendly. I ain't friendly. and that's cool, I understand. Yeah. But growing up, I have to say this, especially going different places. Going to college made me definitely realize this. You have to try to get up out that mindset, because that sometimes that Fort Myers mentality will brainwash you. And will brainwash you broke or in jail or dead. Damn. I have lost 2 of my best friends out here in these streets from foolishness, things that could have been avoided. So the culture, I will say this, stuff that has to change here is, it's okay to be friendly. It's okay to walk by a stranger and say, hey, how you doing? It's a beautiful day outside, isn't it? It's okay. And one thing I've learned in other places is people support a lot of people support one another. We support each other's businesses. They support each other's events. They don't ask, hey, can I get in free? They go support you and pay that $20 or whatever, because they're your friend or they're your associate, and they want to see you win. And one thing I learned from a good friend of mine in Miami named Bryant McKinney, he goes, helping light somebody else's candle will never dim my light. This is gonna make us shine brighter together. And I thought about that, and I was like, a lot of people, they don't, they say they don't want to see you doing better than them. But man, me helping pull the next guy up to make money or to be successful or to help, fulfill his dreams is never going to make me look lower or never make him, look above me. It's just going to make us all shine brighter together. And especially in our community, y'all don't understand how talented y'all are here in Fort Myers, in Lee County.
Talk about it, man.
I have to get this across. Yeah. I am out there by myself. Miami, Atlanta, New York, LA. I've been out there to all these places around some of these most talented, amazing people, celebrities, what have you. Some of the most talented people. And man, y'all don't understand the greatness we have here in Fort Myers, from music, from athletics, of course, from hair to there's so much culture and so much greatness and talent we have down here that has been untapped because of sometimes of the mentality we have down here. And sometimes it takes a man to be, trying to live this thug life until he's 35 years old, and he has a record or a rap sheet and he can't get a job, and I'm sitting here struggling broke to realize, damn, I wish I would have did something different. Damn, I wish I would have made this move or was a little nicer or friendlier to this person. Because I have family members, I have some of my best friends that are now going through it now. And it's hard for them to find a job. Because let me tell you, in high school, there was that cool guy. We was the tough, we was the thug. But now as adults, it's different. That's not cool anymore. As adults, it's cool to provide for your family, to have a nice house, to have a car, to take your families on vacations, to do nice things. So one thing I want to stress to the culture in Fort Myers, you have it. The talent is here. You have it. You have sometimes you have to bring it other places sometimes.
It's maybe the mentality.
Yes, the mentality. I will say this.
Because if the iron friendly is really the opposite of networking, and that's what you're supposed to do in all industries is network, make sure you make the connections. So that mentality can be a detriment to
because that energy, that giving off that energy is real. You can feel positive energy coming off of somebody or negative energy coming off of somebody. So when that I ain't friendly, that negative energy, I'm not gonna want to talk to you or maybe network with you. Yeah. But man, you come into that room, you're giving off positive energy. Hey, how you doing, man? It's great to see you. What an awesome event this is. What do you do? You know what I'm saying? People are so more receptive to you, and they think, damn, I had no idea this guy was, a lot of people judge books by their cover.
For sure.
Then as soon as they hear you speak, they're like, oh, wow, I had no idea he was like this. Yeah. I want to help you. I would love to use you in this. I would love to use you in that. For sure. So I definitely like to stress, and I love Frank Lenny. No disrespect to Frank Lenny. I'm a huge Frank Lenny fan, one of my favorite rappers. But I just think we have to be successful in this city. The talent's there. We have it. We have all the tools. Just the mindset we have to change a little bit because you can't do it by yourself. Yeah. It's going to take somebody on the higher echelon and even in business, sports, music, whatever, to get your foot in the door or to bring you on, to pull you up. So you have to be receptive to people, and you have to be able to know how to speak and have to talk and network and to be friendly and cordial with people.
And it seems like that's what you do sports, right? Your father. But one of the biggest things I've seen is you have a big social media presence right now on Instagram and different things. You've gone viral a couple times. Like, what's that been like for you? Because you actually have a really dope image on. Not only do obviously the ladies love you, right, and you've been on TV shows and whatnot, but you have this positive image of like positivity. You speak the way you come on social media every day, and you're very encouraging. What's that been like? What's the response of that positivity that you've put out to the world?
And that's a great question because what I speak on when I was talking about positivity, I don't just speak on it because this is something I believe. This is something that I've applied to my life and I've gotten results from. Sure. I have spent, don't get it twisted, I have not always been this positive, let's have a great day, man. It took me years of pain. I've been through a lot of hard times and struggle in my life. It took me a lot of years of negativity to realize this isn't working. Yeah. I can't keep being sad and depressed and keep putting out negativity. I can't keep feeling like this. It really took me one day. I had to realize I need a change in my life. I need to change. Something has to change.
What do you feel about people that see that you've changed and they go, "Nigga, you being fake. This ain't the real you." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like people want to hold you back to be like how you used to be?
And that's something that you definitely have to be strong and be thick-skinned, especially in anything, especially in the media. If you start making it, the media, everybody's always gonna attack you. In anything. Oh, he's not this, he's not that. Let me tell you something. Be true to who you are, be true to what you are, because this positivity, me giving out this positive, is so true. And they say kill him with kindness. Ever since I've been really just speaking life into my own life, into myself, into other people, so much positivity has been coming back to me. So many people have been, wow, I would love to use you in this. I would love to help you in this. The more that I've tried to shed light onto others, the more I've tried to help others, people have literally tried to help me so much more. Yeah. The more, I promise you, the more positivity I've been putting out there, the more positive response I have been getting.
Wow. So speaking about response, because I've seen this a couple times, you kind of gone viral multiple times. Okay, so the first time you went like internet viral, okay. What was that like? What happened? Okay. Was it the dread one?
It was the first time. I didn't even have a beard yet. My first time, and it's funny. That's kind of what started my whole Instagram, the big social media following. Because I was very, very regular, couple hundred, maybe 1,000 followers, and then I got posted on like I Love Dreadhead page, and ever since then I got like 20,000 followers, and it just boosted from there. And then so many things have happened since there. I linked with a great photographer in Miami named Marvin Benamy, and as soon as I shot with him, those pictures went viral on EssenceBossUp.com, and I've been very, very, very very humbled, very, very humbled. I had no idea that I was considered such an attractive man.
I mean, damn, bro. Like, there was one that I saw, and it was like, I don't know, it was like some, you've been in a couple memes. Oh yeah. It was you and what's his name? Dude from here. He's from here. Got the kid. He has a kid too with fuck. What's his name, bro? It was y'all two, and it was like the finest nigga, blah 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 blah. I was like, yo, what? And it was like 1 million plus, funny. Like it was just like, so how? All right, so
yeah, beard game thing on Facebook. That
beard game, you got the dread thing. Okay, you got all that. What is it like? What is it like, bro? Like you're pretty much like the male. Like I don't want to say like a not a, you like. I don't want to say, I don't want to demean you, but like, you're like the male version of the Instagram girl in the sense of like, you're a thirst trap for these ladies, bro. Man. Is the DMs crazy?
That's so
right
funny.
Now,
my best friend said that. He was making jokes. He goes, man, you're going to be the male Kim Kardashian. Bro, man, yo, get out my face.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, you're a thirst trap, nigga. Look at the comments.
It's so funny because I never looked at myself like that. To me, I was this real tough football player. I wanted to be looked at as this tough guy, as this big, guy not to be messed with. Yeah. It's so funny because I never really, looked at myself like that. But the attention, it's funny. The more, I'll tell you this, the more attention I've received, the more humble it's made me.
Really?
I swear, it's very flattering. I've never experienced going somewhere, going to Walmart, going to 7-Eleven, and literally some girls just going nuts, so happy.
They've seen you on social media.
So excited just because they see me in their same vicinity, and they said, oh man, I can't believe I follow you on social media. I seen you on Baller, I seen you on this, and it's so flattering and humbling that somebody can be so excited just because you're in their presence.
Yeah.
And, that's why I always thought, how can some celebrities be assholes? How can you not want to take a picture or not be nice to fans? Because it wasn't always like that. It wasn't always like that. So
you don't think it can get to your head though? Like, I mean, does it ever get to you? Where you're like, I'm out here.
Nah, I try not to, because like I said, at times it wasn't always like that.
Right.
There was times where I wasn't Mr. Big Shot. There was times where nobody gave a damn. There was times where
you remember that.
I remember that all the time. I think about that every day because I'm always shooting for somebody. There's always a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah, so you've done a couple. You have a pretty good resume, man. First off, I saw you at the Revolt New Year's party, dog. I mean, did you meet Diddy?
I didn't. I will say I didn't get to meet him and shake his hand, which I really wanted to. I was so close to him. There were so many people, but I got to meet so many people. It was. I will say this. I've been around some celebrities. I've been around a lot of people.
Yeah.
This was the first time I really had to hold my inner groupie in.
Like, who were you freaking out over a little bit?
Man, I bumped into Wiz Khalifa.
God damn.
Oh man! And so, by the bath, I just bumped into his. Oh, hey, my bad. G, I was like, oh, my bad. What's up, man? and it's so funny. I made a way of doing this. This is very funny. When I see somebody and that I'm pretty sure they don't know who I am yet, but you see big celebrities and stuff there, it was literally everybody in that party. Everybody there was somebody you noticed from TV, from music. Every music icon you could think of was there. From the heavyweight champ was there, like from sports. Everybody named Mama.
You see Joe Budden?
Yeah, I see.
I heard Joe Budden was the dancing. I listened to Joe Budden podcast. He was talking about he was the only one dancing on the fucking.
It was really cool, but
that's dope,
it's
man,
funny
that's
that
dope.
Every time one of them walks by, and I always make it a point. Like, hey, what's up, man? How you been? How you doing? And act like I'm not.
Act like you know them.
And then they see me acting like they know me. Like, oh, what's up, man? How you been? What's up? Like, all right, see you later. So now, next time they see me, every time they see me, future, they gonna see me.
Yeah, that's the homie. That's the homie.
I'm telling you, man, you gotta get your foot in the door.
So what?
Tell you, man, that positive energy,
Yeah,
positive energy, positive vibes.
You been on the show? Was it Ballers?
Yeah, I was on HBO Ballers season 2.
What was that? Dude, that was wild. How'd
Man, and it's funny because I got very lucky. That one, you gotta work your way up, especially acting in the industry. You do extra roles, do a whole bunch of stuff. This was my first acting experience. My first one to get my feet wet, and it was on an HBO series, Ballers. And it's funny because that was my favorite show. I love The Rock. The Rock was one of my favorite wrestlers, favorite actors, and I'm a football player, so it's about football, and I love and Denzel Washington's son's on it. There's so many great names on the show, and I've always been a fan of the show. So when it's funny because how kind of, and we could get to it now, how I started with acting. I've been a football player my whole life. My senior year of college, my big year to get noticed and get drafted by the NFL. Mm-hmm. I ended up tearing my Achilles. I was a starting quarterback, team captain. I tore my Achilles 3 days before the first game of the season. Had 4 NFL teams coming. 3 days for the first game, tore my Achilles. So I was out for 9 to 12 months. Missed my entire senior season. My whole NFL draft went down the drain. And that's why I remember times like this. Yeah. Times like this was a time where I've been playing football since I was 4 years old. I was little Pat. That was me growing up. All my life, my dreams came crashing down. It was a time that I can never forget. I literally was at the darkest moment of my life. All my football, my whole thing I've been working my whole life was taken from me. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what else I was good at Didn't really take school all that seriously. I got my degree, luckily, but I was going to go to the NFL.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to shed light on this for the youth out here now. You got to find other ways also, because just no matter how great you are, it can be taken from you like that. I was jogging. Everybody knows I'm fast. I wasn't running fast. I was doing walkthroughs.
God.
I was rolling out to throw the ball untouched. I just failed. Achilles tore me. And since then, I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, Pat, football may not be forever. What else can you do? What else can you be good at? And luckily when I got out at Depression State, it took me a while. I went down to Miami, and I got linked with a really good photographer, and I did my first real photo shoot. And then after that first real photo shoot went viral. And after that went viral, then everybody was like, oh, who's this guy? Who's this guy with the dreads? Who's this guy with the dreads? Who's this new guy? Because I was like a real new face in Miami. It was like being the new guy in school. It was like, who's this guy? And so I got an audition with Ballers. And as soon as I got there, man, I thought I was like a private audition. Man, it was a line around the block. What? I was in line for about 3.5 hours, and I was so all my aspirations. I was just like, what am I doing? I don't have a shot. What am I doing? I should go back to Fort Myers where I belong. I stood in that line for 3.5 hours. As soon as I get up there, I didn't say nothing. They said, man, you look like a football player. Have you ever played before? I haven't played before. I got film. What you need?
Tell you what.
Yes, let me show you something. I'll run right now. It's like, man, we want you. So from there, I got booked. It was a small role, not huge.
What was the audition like? What would you have to do? You have to say words?
They literally, you stand in front, you have to hold a little thing with your name, everything on it. You take a picture from the front, take a picture from the side. And then they told me, hey, take your shirt off.
Mugshot.
Yeah, it's really kind of like that. Then they asked me, they gave me a little quick little script, and I ran through like a quick little 4 little lines, which was nothing. And I didn't even know if they really liked me or not, because they're like, all right, good. And then luckily, as I was like walking out, the guy ran up to me and was like, man, let me tell you something. You look like a football player. We got to use you. So I was like, he goes, look, I can get you with this little part now. He goes, but, in the future, we'd love to talk to you and, maybe get something, a real actual role for you. So I'm like, let's do it. So my first time, it was a very small role. I played a football player. And so when I was on set, I never forget, my first time on set, they even said to all the smaller actors, when you see The Rock, when you see Dwayne, Dwayne Johnson, don't be, trying to take pictures and go up to him. We're on set. This is business. We're working. Afterwards, we can get it done, but we're on set. And so I'm like, all right, we're all like, cool, whatever. And I had a scene where I was working out with him, literally right next to him. What? And so they're like, don't talk. So I didn't say nothing to him, so I didn't want to mess up. And so literally in between takes, he started talking to me. He's like, hey, what's up, man? You look like a football player. You ever played before? I haven't played before. Man, I started telling him everything. Stay at it, this, and that. And then he started telling me all his story. I played at Miami, he played at CFL, and we started just talking. And it turns out he tore his Achilles. We were comparing scars. We became best friends, and we were talking on set for he stopped production. We were talking for about 30 minutes. And then
he stopped production because I was talking?
Because we was talking. And right, I was like, it was just us two, right? It was a room full of people, and it was literally just us two just talking. And he even said to me, he goes, look, man, I understand, your goals. I understand your dreams. I understand your aspirations with football. He goes, I was the same way. He goes, let me tell you something. Give this acting thing a shot. He goes, you got a really good look to you. A really good look to you. He goes, give this acting thing a shot. He goes, you don't know what can happen. I was like, and ever since then, I was like, all right, bet. I was like, you know what? All right, let's go. It kind of really gave me the motivation to kick an ass. Like, all right, let's get this shit a shot. And ever since then, acting's been taking off. And The Rock doesn't know. He probably doesn't even remember this. Probably wouldn't even recognize me if I walked past him. Those little bit of words that you gave me meant everything to me. It gave me all the confidence I needed in this whole. This was new waters for me. Acting. Been an athlete for me. This is brand new territory for me. So from the best of the best to give me those words of encouragement, just like, man, you got a good look to you. You could really get this shot. I was like, all right, let's go. And ever since then, man,
shouts out to Dwayne Jackson, Dwayne Johnson,
one of my heroes. I appreciate
the homie. That's fire, man. That's dope. That a legend like that gave you that advice, and that you caught his attention. It seemed like
and the coolest thing was, like I said, I met a lot of celebrities, a lot of them, some great people, some assholes, and this was by far the probably the biggest celebrity I've met. The way this man treated people, the way he treated the richest man there and the janitor there, the exact same. The most humblest, nicest guy. And I always told myself, if I ever made it big in life, and get super big like that, I want to be just like him. Because you could put The Rock, let me tell you something about him, and I feel I'm very similar in being diverse like him, because you could put him in the hood with a whole bunch of brothers, a bunch of tough folk. He gonna fit in. He gonna be cool. He gonna be fine. Yeah. You could put him in the White House in front of a whole bunch of senators, political, very high profile people. He's gonna be good. He gonna fit right in. And that's we bring to with the Fort Myers mindset. You got to be like that. You got to be able to be so talented, so multi-talented and diverse to be able to touch the lives of everybody. Yeah. To be able to not just black lives, not just white lives, everybody. You got to be great for everybody.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, because he definitely is that.
And I love that. And I want to be the same. I want to be able to touch everybody.
So you have this whole acting thing going. You have the modeling thing going, and we talk a lot about football, but you haven't given up on football. Right?
I haven't. It's funny, yes.
Yes, you got some stuff coming up right now.
With all the I appreciate that. Yeah. With all the acting and the modeling, all this coming on so strong, and the TV and all this, people don't understand what my heart truly beats for football. My heart, I've been a baller my whole life. People don't understand is I'm a quarterback. I have been that captain role forever. The way I am with my son, like that's us. We're athletes first. And as much as I love acting, I ain't gonna lie, I'm falling in love with the acting. But man, my heart is with football. And every day, ever since I've healed up from my Achilles, I've been training. I've been seeing
videos.
I got my speed back. Last year I played I got picked up by an NFL development league called the RPFL. And it was a pretty good league, man. It was a league that literally went across the entire country and had tryouts in all different cities. And literally each tryout had like 200 guys, and they'd only keep maybe 5 guys. And they go to a draft. It was literally everybody on the teams in the RPFL was ex Kansas City Chief, ex Pittsburgh Steelers, all guys on NFL rosters who got cut or released or got hurt, or ex Division I college stars. And every game I was going against somebody that I recognized from TV. And it was a really so much talent in this league. But the only downhill thing of it, we didn't get paid as much as we were promised, which was very disappointing because we thought we were getting these $300,000 contracts. But the positive note I will take from the RPFL, I got great film. I performed real well. Yeah. I was ranked. I had the best statistical quarterback there. I led the league in passing from a quarterback, rushing from a quarterback, pretty much all the statistical aspects as a quarterback. So luckily, since then, I got a call. I just signed a contract last month with the professional arena football team in Chicago, the Bloomington Edge. So if you ever see, the season is actually from February through June. So as soon as the Super Bowl is over, if you ever seen the arena football on TV, after football season, that's what this is. So man, shout out to the Bloomington Edge.
What do we watch? Is that
it's on Fox Sports? Yeah, it's on Fox Sports. Every game's also streamed on YouTube, so every game's streamed live on YouTube. But the games are also on Fox Sports.
Is that paid?
Yeah, it pays pretty good. Yeah. It's not millions.
Not NFL.
Yeah, not NFL money, but I get a place to stay, get my own apartment, we get fed, we get gym membership, we get player salary.
It's an opportunity to go up there.
And the best thing is this, all the teams in this league, like the GreenBay Blizzard, the guys, the Green Bay Packers pick up guys from there all the time. Yeah. We got, our team being based out of Illinois, the Bloomington Edge, we'll have the Chicago Bears, taking a look all the time. And a lot of these guys from this league get pulled up to the NFL, get pulled up, all the time to these training camps. So, I'm hoping to go out there and have a really good showing, and you'll get a chance to get pulled back up and get that shot in. And they signed me as a quarterback, but everybody knows I've been playing quarterback my whole life. But I got my speed back. At the RPFL, the NFL Development League tryout, I got back. I clocked a 4.4 140. Yeah. So I got my speed back down to that 4.4 after the Achilles. So I'm hoping to have a really good showing. I'm gonna go up there play quarterback. But I'm open to anything: quarterback, receiver, DB. I just want to go up there and have some fun again. I'm just ready to play football. I can't wait just to play professional ball again. And I was really looking forward to seeing my son seeing me play. My son got to watch me play last year in the RPFL, but he was a little younger. Now he really gets it. He's old enough. He played last year and balled. He was unbelievable. Yeah. He was one of the top 6-year-olds in the country, so now he understands. All he does is watch Odell's highlights and my highlights all the times, and so I want him to be able to see Daddy play professional football and do it right, and give him something to be proud of, because he made me so proud, beyond proud, the way he performed this year. So I'm hoping that's
you out here, you doing your thing, man. And I've seen you grow over the years, man. Just different places where you're at, modeling, acting, sports, and it's so dope that you have it, that you're back, that you've come out of that, and in the same way that The Rock did it. And I think so. Speaking of your future, where do you think, before we get out of here, man, where do you feel like? Where do you see yourself ending up? Like, I know it's hard.
Great question.
Where do you see yourself ending up, man?
I'm happy you asked. That's a great question. Yeah. Nobody's really asked me that. Yeah. And it's funny you say that. I will say this. I love football. I love football more than I think any person could love football. I'm true to it. I've worked hard for it my whole life. My goal in life is to make it to the NFL. I'm going to work my body till it cannot physically take it no more, to strive towards the NFL. I told myself I'm going to give myself to about 31 years old. About 31. I'm 27. As I get myself to 30 years old. If I'm on the NFL by 30, we're gonna hang them up. So I'm gonna get myself till I'm 30. So if I'm in the NFL by 30, then we're gonna keep on playing until we can't play no more. But honestly, I see myself being a serious actor. I see myself Grammys,
Oscars.
I see myself, but not reality, loving hip hop. I see myself serious. I take acting very seriously. I see myself on drama series, on a lot of stuff. I want to take acting very serious, from movies to TV.
Do you feel like it's easy to settle for the love and hip hop thing? Like, has that been like a any sort of temptation for you to do?
Well, it's funny because I know pretty much the whole cast of Love and Hip Hop Miami. I hang out with a lot of them.
I can't believe you're not on that shit, to be honest.
I mean, the season 2's coming up, and that could be a possible thing. But like I said, it's tough because Love and Hip Hop or reality shows, it's a quick come up. It is. You will get on immediately. People will know who you are. Yes. But sometimes, and especially maybe in acting, sometimes that's as far as you can go. Sometimes there's not much progression after that because you kind of get typecasted. Me, I don't want to just be hot right now. I'm here for the longevity. I want to have a career. I want to be doing this, that, and that. I want to be here till I can't do it no more. I don't want to quick come up and then my career be over by next year. And I'm broke back on trying to hustle again. You can't do that. So I really, sometimes you have to believe in yourself. You sometimes opportunities will come that you may have to pass up a little quick money because you believe in your star power so much. And there's been some opportunities I've passed up. And there's been some decent money I've passed up, but I believe in the work, I believe in the quality, I believe in the love and what I can bring to it. So you're
talking about serious acting.
Serious acting.
I can see that, man. I could see.
It's on Power, stuff like that, man. The Den of Thieves, I love stuff like that.
Bro, did you watch that yet?
Man, I haven't, but I seen.
I want to watch that shit so bad, bro.
That's somebody, and it's funny. I was just talking about it in Atlanta. Somebody I definitely would love to work with, and I think I would represent their brand so well with Tyler Perry and 50 Cent, both of them. Oh, with everything Tyler Perry has done, I think and just his grind and how he's came from the dirt, and got it out the mud. I can relate to it. And it's like I said, people don't understand that. They see the limelight, they see all these big events. People don't understand. After I tore my Achilles, when I was going out to Miami, I didn't have a place in Miami. I didn't have money like that. I was sleeping in my car. Going to auditions. I was staying out there for a couple of days, going to these things because I knew that I was planting seeds. I knew that these seeds I was planting in a couple of years was gonna get me here. So even though I didn't have the money now, people are so focused on money. Get the bag, get the money, man. Chase the love. You got to do it for the love and for the quality of the work. And you have to believe in your product and what you are, because if you chase the love, I promise you the money's going to come.
It's going to come.
Don't get it twisted. People think, oh, he's a millionaire. I spent years broke. $7 in my pocket, sleeping in my car, chasing a dream. Because I believed in myself and I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in the work. And I truly had a love and a passion for it. I wasn't chasing money, just chasing the bag. And we can get caught with that sometimes because in everyday life, we got to get a 9 to 5. We got to get the money. We got to live to survive. But I promise you, I will say this. Get your money. Chase that money. Do what you got to do to survive. But, man, don't you give up on them dreams getting focused on the money. Chase your dreams.
Turn your passion into profit.
Turn your passion into profit, because I promise you, man, the money will come if you put your all into that dream. You put your all into the passion. So I always say that.
I mean, I know everyone that's watching is either knows of you in Southwest Florida and beyond, Florida and the United States. And then I know that a lot of people watching are going to try to find you. And so, hey, man, like, I know personally watching you, it's inspiration to me. Everything you're doing, man. Like, I love what you're doing. So any last words for the people before we get out of here, man? Last words.
Yes, let's not say the city of Fort Myers. I say the whole county, Lee County, because, man, I've spent time in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Lehigh, everywhere. I love you guys. I have grown up here, and there's mixed emotions, from all the things that, have gone on around this county. But just know that you have so much talent. You don't understand how great you really are down here. And I've said it since I was little. I've always said, man, we have the best football players in the world down here. It ain't just football. It ain't just athletics. We have so much talent in everything. So I just want to leave the city with this, man. Believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams. Don't you give a damn what people say. Don't you give a damn what people tell you. You go for everything you have, and don't you let nobody tell you no. You just keep going and keep chasing it. I love you guys. Everything I do, I try my best to always put on for the city. Every time I'm in an interview, every time I go anywhere, I'm always repping. I'm always say 239 stand up, Fort Myers. I love you, Lee County, all the time. So for anybody out there who doesn't know me, who doesn't know how to follow me, please come follow me, man. I take you. I'm not that private. I take you along my life. I take you into my journey. journey.
Where can they follow you?
You follow me on Instagram. I'm big on Instagram. It's at PRyanQB7. P, my last name, Ryan, QB number 7. And I have a Facebook at Patrick Ryan. I have a regular page and a fan page. So all I have is a Facebook and an Instagram. That's it. So please come follow me. Take a look into my journey. I show you everything. You know, I do not just Patrick Ryan, the football player, the actor, the model. You see me, you know, who I am as a man, as a father. You know, you see all the stuff I do with me and my son, Patrick Jr., and, you know, just what I do on an everyday basis. So, please come follow me. I love y'all. I appreciate it so much for having me.
Hey, absolutely, man. Best of luck out there in Chicago.
Hey, everybody, yes, please come follow. Go Bloomington Edge. Try to follow our team in the Bloomington Edge. We have a lot of awesome players, a lot of ex-NFL players, a lot of awesome talent, a great coach by the name of Nick Rudd. So please do your best to try to follow us, man. We got some great things coming up this year.
Hey, for sure, man. Hey, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Let us know what you think. If you got any messages, any comments about this dude, let us know. Thank you so much. Peace out. Peace.